I had no idea the British press was so bigoted.
This One's Wife. ILBW. Total cringe. Look at me. Hello, I'm hgtudor. South Park christened her the Instagram-loving bitch wife, and we know that she finally made a return to Instagram. We're now on the 4th post that she has made. Nothing to do with content creation for Netflix, nothing to do with American Riviera Orchard, which is very much lying in that shallow grave. No, it's all about self-promotion with this One's Wife, as through her use of social media, she has put up a video of herself demonstrating that she is a kind and empathic and a considerate person. You may well have already seen the video. It was posted to her Instagram and has already had 2.7 million views. The comments are off, which is naturally something that she has done to ensure that she nullifies any potential threats to control. She recognises that she is disliked, although doesn't understand truly why that is. But nevertheless, in order to prevent what would invariably be a deluge of criticism in relation to what she does, she keeps the comments off. In case you haven't seen the video, and for those of you who have another look, here it is, and then I'm going to provide you with the analysis vis-a-vis her narcissism. I must warn you, this contains scenes of overacting and vocal fry.
I was just told that something arrived that I have been waiting for. Oh my god. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, when my husband and I were in Altadena, we went to a community where all the homes were left in ashes. This mom had found a couple things, and as I was talking to her, I turned and looked and I saw this young woman and I said, "Oh my gosh, how old are you?" She's 15. She lives there. And her mom shared something with me and said that when they came back to see their house for the first time, which was as we were meeting them, that all that she'd been looking for in her home was the t-shirt from the Billy Eilish concert that she had just gone to, that she left in the washing machine or the dryer. And of course, they now see their home and the washing machine and the dryer are ash. They're not there anymore. And so I said, "Well, I don't know Billy Eilish, but I'm going to figure out how to get you this shirt." So I thought of everybody that I knew and I made a voice note and I was like, "Please, can someone get this voice note to Billy Eilish? Here's what I'm asking." You guys, I don't even know what all of this stuff means, but it's signed for her. Is that a thing? The lunchbox thing? I don't know. This is when I feel really old. Huge thank you, Billy Eilish. This is going to mean so much to her. And honestly, to Adam Levine and Bahati, you guys helped get this over the line. To everyone who's showing up for people in big and small ways to get through what's happened in California, just thank you so much. I'm going to go and email her mom now. Just wanted to share that with you guys.
There you have it. Now, what do we learn in respect of this clip that she has put up to her social media account on Instagram? First of all, she's using social media. 2 points arise from this. The first is that for somebody like this One's Wife who is in the news daily, the fact that she is now utilising social media, whereas before she didn't, denotes quite possibly that there is a degree of a financial constraint, that she can no longer afford to put out the PR puff pieces to the extent that she once did. There's also an irony about it that she joined the royal family, having been an influencer previously, and it looks like she's gone back to where she came from. The second aspect is social media is the narcissist's playground. There are lots of people that post stuff on social media who are not narcissists, but the behaviour itself is narcissistic, because there is this assumption that the world ought to know what they've had for dinner, or what their thoughts are in relation to the latest political chicanery that's taking place in a particular place. This belief that people are interested in the minutiae of an insignificant person's life is demonstrative of a narcissistic trait, albeit not narcissism, full-blown narcissism in itself. But for that narcissist, such as this one's wife, social media is ideal with regard to the subconscious pursuit of the prime aims. It enables the narcissist to extend control over a greater number of people through a medium which is very easy to use. As mentioned, it's been viewed 2.7 million times. Let us assume 2 million people have viewed it, some watching it more than once. This one's wife has been able to reach 2 million people just by creating a short video at home or somewhere and then uploading it. It didn't take much effort. She didn't have to go around individually and contact 2 million people and say, here's a video of me, please watch it. All she had to do was upload and sit back. Now, to some extent, she is reducing the fuel intake because of the fact that comments have been switched off. But where people like, that provides her with fuel. The number of views provides her with fuel. It comes from tertiary sources and it isn't particularly fulsome, but the cumulative effect of it all is useful to her. Hence, why her narcissism drives her to do it. It also assists in relation to facade management. Look at me, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm compassionate. Social media allows the narcissist to reach lots of people quickly, easily, with a minimum of effort, and thus it really has become a playground for our kind. But what else do we learn from this? Well, let's go through what she says and what she does and break it down. She starts off by explaining, I was just told that something arrived. Something wicked this way comes, perhaps. Rather than say, I did this or this arrived, I was just told that something arrived. She wants you to know that she is so important that deliveries and parcels are announced to her. Your most glorious Empress of Woke, galactic overlady of compassion, may I introduce to you jam from Walmart, delivered here today for your use. She then states, something I've been waiting for, and then laughs. Clearly, she finds herself amusing, whereas other people find her pathetic. The clip then jumps, and I will wager that she recorded this next stage reaction at least twice before settling on the clip that was to be used in this video. She makes a stupid, slight squealing noise like an 8-year-old that has got a gift on Christmas Day, and then pans to what appears to be a pile of laundry and a lunchbox. Has Harry been a bad boy and not put his clothes away, and she wants to tell us all about this? Apparently, this is what has just arrived. It wasn't wrapped up, it wasn't boxed up, it just arrived already stacked and waiting. How surprising. The clip then jumps again, and we're on to take 15. She touches her hair and rubs her nose, as likely she's just been refreshed, and then tells us, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when my husband, note the possessiveness, my husband, not Harry, my husband, and I were in Altadena, we went to a community. She then attempts to look overwhelmed with empathic emotion, where all the homes were left in ashes. Yes, and you tramped around, the grief ghoul that you are, trespassing. The clip jumps again, and we're on to take 22. This mum had found a couple of things, and as I was talking to her, now, pausing there, it's my understanding that one of the complaints of the victims of the wildfires was that they were not allowed to go back to their homes for obvious reasons, that they were kept away from what was potentially a dangerous place. So how on earth was it that this one's wife came to be speaking to this person? When she and Harry were being shown around and we saw the photographs, they were just with a guide. They weren't talking to members of the public. When she was seen at Pasadena, she was there hugging her own staff and was there with the mayor. So when did this happen? That when she was looking around the ashes of houses that she happened to bump into this mother? This raises an interesting question, which I'm going to address in a separate video, but note that point. Anyway, she continues by explaining, I looked and I saw this young woman and I said, oh my gosh, how old are you? She's 15. She lives there. This one's wife then claps her hands for misplaced emphasis. And her mum shared something with me. At this point, this one's wife picks up the phone and has to touch her hair. And we see once again that she's chopping the air with her pissed up ninja hand. And she says, which was when we were meeting them, that all that the daughter had been looking for in the house was the t-shirt from the Billy Eilish concert that she had just gone to, that she left in the washing machine or the dryer. And of course, and this is because we're all epsilon semi-morons and wouldn't be able to work this out, so we're ever so thankful to this living saint that she tells us this, the washing machine or the dryer are not there anymore. They're ash. The last time I set fire to something that was metal, you were left with a burnt out shell. It didn't turn to ash, but there we are. Query, is that a flaw in what she's recollecting again? Anyway, she then stated, and I said, because of course she's a living saint, I don't know Billy Eilish, but because I'm all powerful and all seeing, I'm going to figure out how to get this shirt. She then laughs, so pleased with herself. So I thought of everybody I knew. Well, that must have taken all of 30 seconds. And I made a voice note. Now she attempts to look dramatic because in her world this is high drama. Can someone get this voice note to Billie Eilish? Here's what I'm asking. She thinks she's channeling Princess Leia. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope, as she records a message into R2-D2. She touches the hair once again. The clip jumps. We're now on to take 34. We get a shot of the laundry again. And she drops to this fake whisper to denote supposed rising emotion at this wonderful scene. You guys. I don't even know what all of this stuff means. Is that in the way that you didn't know anything about Harry before you met him? But it's signed for her. She then jumps up and down like aforementioned 8-year-old on Christmas Day. The clip jumps again. We're now on to take 40. Is that a thing? The lunchbox thing? I don't know. This is when I feel really old. Huge thank you, Billie Eilish. Name drop. This is going to mean so much to her. And honestly, to Adam Levine and Bahati, name drop. You guys helped this get over the line. Clip jumps again, take 53. To everyone who is showing up, hand on head as she's so overwhelmed right now, for people in big and small ways to get through what happened in California, just thank you so much. I'm going to go and email her mum now. I just wanted to share that with you guys. And there we are. So, what are you looking at? Well, her supporters will say this is a lovely example of this one's wife demonstrating what a kind and caring person that she is. That she heard a tale of woe, and she remembered that tale of woe, and she decided that she was going to turn up and do good. And because she is famous and connected, even though she doesn't know Billie Eilish personally, she utilised her connections to ensure that some merchandise was obtained, not just the shirt from the concert, but a pile of merch and something that was signed, that she can then send that to the daughter. What a lovely, lovely gesture. All hail Saint This One's Wife. Those of you who understand what she is know that this was entirely performative. That this individual is declaring, look at me. Now, I'm so important, I can reach Billie Eilish, even though I don't actually know her. Look at me. Aren't I kind and compassionate and empathic? Recognise that. Hey, guys, we're not in your gang. We're not your friends. Who do you think you're talking to? Redolent with vocal fry and, of course, her usual exaggerated actions of touching her hair and waving those man hands around, we are subjected to somebody behaving like a 10-year-old who wants the attention of their parent by saying, look at what I made at school today. Look at me. Aren't I good? Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. This faux saviour once again utilises tragedy for the purposes of the pursuit of the prime aims. Although she does not think in such terms, because her narcissism wouldn't allow her to do it, I know, and you know as a consequence of my excellent work, that this one's wife is only doing this because she's compelled by her narcissism to portray herself in a particular way. By utilising some time and resource, this enables her to assert control over an audience by making content showing that she's supposedly considerate, well-connected and compassionate. It enables her to draw fuel by way of people reacting with the likes and viewing it on her Instagram itself, and also with the undoubted coverage that will follow across the media as it gets picked up by various outlets demonstrating, isn't she kind? Look at what she's done. There'll also, of course, be the criticism that comes from the skeptics and those that know what she is. But once again, this one's wife ensures that she's in the news on a daily basis and the prime aims are being pursued. It enables her to manage that facade of being a kind person, which is a residual benefit. Her narcissism drove her to take this action for the purposes of the pursuit of the prime aims. It is not genuine kindness. It is not genuine emotional empathy. It is not genuine compassion. It is entirely performative, generated by her narcissism to satisfy what she needs, namely the prime aims. In doing so, those that understand what she is can see how performative, transparent and pathetic it all is. The simplest thing for her to have done would have been, having learned of this plight, if it's true, would have been to organise the merchandise or just order some herself and arrange for it to be delivered, perhaps with a note, and that's it. In the way that George Michael went about the provision of charitable acts, he didn't want anybody knowing. He didn't go to social media telling people about it. But this one's wife, as a narcissist, cannot help herself. If it isn't witnessed, it doesn't matter, because it has to be witnessed to give her the validation, to enable her to have that sense of control and to draw the fuel. The simplest thing would have been to go about this quietly, to make the gift or to organise the gift, and perhaps receive thanks direct from the individual. But that's not good enough for this narcissist. Remember, she doesn't think that she's doing this for the pursuit of control and fuel. Her narcissism doesn't allow her that level of insight. But you are because of me. Thus, this is entirely self-serving. And not only is it self-serving, it's total cringe, because it demonstrates again what an awful actress she is. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for watching.